Interviews with business owners and veteran executives who share their wisdom and expertise to help you de-stress, free up time, and make more money. Profits of IT. Interviews with business owners and veteran executives who share their wisdom and expertise to help you de-stress, free up time, and make more money. Profits of IT. Welcome back to the Profits of IT. I am Jim Punzenberger, your host and the creator of the Managed Prospecting System. If you're looking to generate leads and appointments without cold calling, ad spend, or spamming, i.e. through personalized direct outreach, check out managedprospectingsystem.com. I have Ramiro here today with me. Ramiro, why don't you introduce yourself, please, and tell us a little bit about the company that you work for.
Sure, Jim. So thank you for having me in the show. My name is Ramiro Souto. I'm originally from Argentina, but living in the US since 2017, and I work for Boehringer Ingelheim. I've been with the company for over 20 years now. Let me start by saying, and this is important for me, everything we talk in the interview is going to be my personal opinion. I'm not representing the company at all. I need to make that disclosure, but I think that makes a little bit of an introduction. My role in the company is I lead the channel engagement team for North America. So we work from the IT side, but our main counterpart is the marketing and sales team in the business. We help them with all the different customer journeys and the digital tools and digital assets that we have today that enable us to better work and collaborate and partner with physicians and animal health partners.
Cool. So what's something interesting about yourself outside of work?
So outside of work, I have many hobbies. I like photography a lot. That is developing a little bit into videography because now they are blending a little bit. So that's one thing I do. I like gaming as well. And I always, of course, enjoy a good movie or a good book.
I also heard that you like ice cream.
I do. I like ice cream a lot. Coming from Argentina, there's a big ice cream culture there. And I had my fair share of ice cream here in the US as well.
Yeah, I love ice cream. Being from Wisconsin here, we have some great ice cream. So
that is in my to-do list. I haven't been there.
You got to come here and try some Wisconsin ice cream one of these
Absolutely.
So anyways, what would you say is your superpower when it comes to business, and how can others learn from that and apply that in their lives, their businesses, etc.?
Okay, superpower. I would say, what I really enjoy, and out of that joy, I think it's something I do quite well, is standing in that intersection between technology and business. What I found throughout my professional career is that not always business fully understands IT. And in many cases, IT is too much into the technology and the technical part, and it's not really understanding the business problems. So I like to operate in that intersection and make sure that the different stakeholders are really connecting and that IT is really thinking about the business problem and that the business is really understanding the technology and what the technology is intended to do. So I would say that is my superpower. I find myself very comfortable explaining to the business the technology, but I'm also very technical, and I really love technology. I grew up with computers and evolved, I would say, with computers. So that makes it easy for me to do that translator role, I would say.
And so if I want to be better at this, I guess it's calling it a translator role, or so I guess what we're talking about, translating the technical geek speak, so to speak, stuff to plain English to the non-technical people understand it. Is that what we're talking about here?
Yes, exactly. And I mean, to your point, what I think would make anyone good at this is probably multiple fold. I mean, on one side, you need to make sure you really understand the technology. Get your hands dirty, try stuff, understand what it is intended for, how it is intended to be used. I mean, really educate yourself on the topic, be it a campaign design tool or orchestration tool, or being it an automation tool or a coding tool or whatever. Really learn it. And then in order to explain it to the business, one thing I find very useful is analogies. I love analogies, and I think that helps everyone get closer to the problem. I really want to also make them feel that technology is not this thing that only a few gifted people understand. Technology should be accessible for everyone. And I mean, one of the things I very much agree with Steve Jobs is it needs to become invisible as much as possible. He's been a great inspiration in my life, and I think he was a big advocate. When technology disappears, it feels like magic, and I think that's what I strive for. I mean, making technology invisible.
Make it disappear. So
Yeah.
like you don't realize it's actually technology. It just
Exactly.
just
It's
works.
solving your problem. It's there. You use it. You enjoy it. It does things. It makes things easier for you, but you don't realize all that's going on behind the scenes.
And you mentioned using analogies. Do you have any tips on that specifically?
Yes, I mean the thing I try and do. It's not always easy, but I try and learn or communicate or get to know the stakeholders, the business stakeholders on a deeper level, and understand what it is that they are into. So if they are into sports, I try and find analogies within the sports they like, because they can relate and they really get it in that way. If they are into, I don't know, flying or boating or running or whatever, I try to find analogies that really make sense for them. I would say that's a tip I would give anyone trying to achieve this.
So it's a lot. So it sounds like a lot of this is knowing who you're talking to, and learning about them, and then knowing how to relate the technical things to their everyday life or things that they do on a regular basis.
Yes. As we were saying, Jim, I mean, it's sort of a translator role. So you need to express it to them in the best language for them. So yeah, you're absolutely right.
Do you have any tips on like knowing what language, like figuring out what's their language and how to speak in somebody's language specifically?
Yeah, I mean, it might sound like an obvious tip, but not everyone exercises this, which is be ready to listen. Not only in order to figure out what the best analogy or language for them is, but also to really understand the problem, because in many cases they might feel the problem is A, and in reality it's B, and you'll only figure that out by sitting down and spending time with them and listening, and of course asking questions, right? Trying to dig deeper. And I think by establishing that back and forth, that dialogue, is where you get to know them and to find the best way to communicate. I mean, it could also be that it's not something you need to do in talking, but you need to draw it, or you need to. I mean, there's a plethora of tools we can use to communicate. Right?
So if they're visual, help them with a drawing or something like that.
Go for a diagram. Exactly.
What else is important to know about this?
I would say timing is also an important thing. I mean, sometimes people are receptive, sometimes people are not. There's situations where I don't know, there's an issue, and you know that the root cause is because they are not really grasping what the problem is, but you cannot say, okay, let's forget about the issue for now and let's look at what the root cause is or whatever. Sometimes you need to address the issue, and at a later point in time, you're going to sit down and say, okay, look, this happened because of A, B, C, and D. So timing is also something you need to manage. I mean, in real life, in business, there's moments where there's pressing stuff, where there's urgent stuff, and sometimes it's better to take care of that and wait for the translation a little bit.
Got it. Any final thoughts regarding this?
I mean, the only thought I have, and this is something I live by, is this is core. I mean, I think as technologists, we need to make sure that technology is serving a real purpose, is fulfilling a real need. Sometimes it could be that we see the need and we create the technology, and then that's perceived by the other party. Sometimes it's on us to really work with them to identify and see the need that they have and solve it through technology. But the key thing is technology for technology's sake is something we should probably stay away from.
Got it. Okay. So who should be doing business with you guys, and why should they be doing business with you guys?
Sorry, go again.
Who should be elevator pitch? What's your elevator pitch? Who should be doing business with you, and why should they be doing business with you?
Well, I mean, I think personally, I like to do business and work with people who share this curiosity, this passion for technology, this willingness to solve problems and to push solutions forward. I really don't like these people who say, okay, this should be enough, or this is, I mean, it is the standard, let's stick to the standard. I really like to work and collaborate with people that want to go the extra mile. I would say those are the people that should do business with myself and work with me.
Got it.
Or at least those are the ones that I enjoy working with. Let's put it that way.
Cool. So I don't know if somebody wanted to get a hold of you. Is there a good way to?
Sure. I mean, I'm available in all major social platforms. So in LinkedIn, you can look me up, Ramiro Souto. In Facebook, in Twitter, it's RAMASOUTO. That's my handle in Twitter, and that's my email at Gmail. I always enjoy a good conversation, a good discussion around technology, around photography, and it's a joy. So happy to engage and happy to discuss and connect.
Well, great. Well, thank you for your time here today and sharing your knowledge so freely. I think I've benefited from it, and I think others will too. So thanks again.
Thank you for having me, and looking forward to connecting with anyone who wants to connect in the future. Take care.
All right. And until next time on the Profits of IT, I am Jim Punzenberger, your host and the creator of the Managed Prospecting System. If you're looking to generate leads and appointments without cold calling, ad spend, or spamming, be sure to check out managedprospectingsystem.com.
Thank you for tuning in to the Profits of IT. Please smash that like button, subscribe, and share.